Thank you for tuning into this repair log for Classics PC. And what this is as I repair computers in the Athens, Georgia area, I take note of repairs that happen frequently and need to be done for many people, and then I make videos about those repairs and also typed walkthroughs. That way, you can look at those at home and fix them yourself and not have to pay somebody like me to come do it for you. I think it's just as important to educate people about how to fix and repair and use their computers as it is to actually fix and repair their computers for them. So this is my attempt to help you out to make sure that we are all technologically savvy and can take care of ourselves on computers, online, and everywhere we go digitally. So thank you for tuning into this episode of Classics PC. What we're going to talk about is actually an extremely common occurrence in which you try to log into Windows, in this case Windows 10, but this also works for Windows 7 and 8, but you can't. And you can't because either you've forgotten your password, which could happen for a number of reasons. Sometimes we have to change them for work regularly. Sometimes we change them for our own peace of mind. Sometimes somebody works on our computer and changes them for us. But you can't log in. Your password doesn't work. And it's frustrating because if you can't log into your computer, how can you reset your password? And if you can't reset your password, how can you log into your computer? You see why this is complex. It's a problem. If you have a Windows Live login, you might be able to get in around it that way, but if you haven't set that up, you might feel stuck. Well, you're not stuck. We can help. Because in the bottom right-hand corner of the login screen on a Windows 10 computer is an application that, while that frustrating password doesn't work, would, if used normally, allow you to read things off the screen or use other accessibility features of the login process of Windows. If you click it right now, it won't help us out very much. But if you have a Windows 10 restore disk, then we're talking. Now, if you don't have a Windows 10 restore disk, do not panic. It's extremely easy to create one. Get a friend's computer, go to the library, take yourself a USB drive that is at least 8 gigabytes. I think the requirements say 4, but a lot of USB drives that are 4 gigabytes are really like 3.5 gigabytes, and so it won't work and you'll get frustrated. Little tip, at least get an 8 gigabyte one. They're not that much more expensive. Then go to your friend's house or to the library and download Windows Tool for making a recovery disk. That's right, Windows will literally do this for you. All you have to do is download a tool, click around, have a cup of coffee while it writes it to this disk, and then you have a Windows 10 boot disk free of charge from Windows themselves. They're pretty good. So anyway, once you have that, you're going to boot to that disk on your computer. Now, if you've never done that before, Googling on your phone or just asking a friend to help you out real quick, very easy to do. And all that is changing the boot order of your computer. So your computer boots typically from your hard drive on which your operating system is installed. In this case, we're going to just hit a button as it boots, which is almost always delete or F10 or F2 or F12. And it will pull up a menu that will allow us to select a different drive to boot from. In this case, our Windows 10 recovery drive. So you got home from the library, plug that Windows 10 recovery drive into your computer, power it up. As it's powering, you spam the appropriate button. For mine, it's F12. A small menu will pop up, and on that menu will be a list of drives, one of which will be your Windows recovery boot drive. Choose that one, and you'll come to this screen. Now, from this screen, you don't have to do anything at all except for press Shift F12. Or excuse me, Shift F10. I got excited there. F10. Shift F10 brings up this program, which is Command Prompt. And I'm going to resize that for you so you can see clearly what we're going to type into Command Prompt. But yes, it'll bring up Command Prompt for you. And Command Prompt is just a way to access and do stuff on your computer without all the graphical fanciness. So it is a program that will allow us to change our password by tinkering with that little utilman.exe that we looked at earlier, which gives you accessibility features. What we're going to do with Command Prompt essentially is replace this with Command Prompt. So we're going to take Command Prompt off of our recovery drive, put it right there. It's going to be great. So this is how we do that. We have to type in some commands. First, we want to back up the utilman.exe because if you skip this step, you'll probably be fine. It would if you are in a secure situation where other people have access to your computer. Excuse me, if you're in a secure situation where no other people have access to your computer, you may feel this is unnecessary. Essentially, not doing this could make it easier for someone to access your computer that you don't want to. If you don't want that to happen, then make sure you take these steps because we're going to take that application before we do anything with it and back it up with some simple commands. So for this next part, your computer boots off of a drive, probably called C drive, although different computers boot off of different drives sometimes. And it could be D, or like the computer I worked on the other day, kind of threw me for a loop because it was X, and it took me a minute to figure out which drive Windows was on. But for the vast majority of you, the command you're going to type in is going to look exactly like this. Move your drive directory C and then the directory to the utility we're moving itself. And if, we're doing what we're telling the computer to do, we're moving it. And if this doesn't work, like if you type this in and nothing happens, change the C here to D and that C there to D. And if that doesn't work, just try different letters, because you just need to find out which drive Windows is installed on if you don't know already. But like I said, for the vast majority of people, it's going to be C. In fact, if you purchased your computer from a store or a website, it's almost always C. So there you go. So type that in. That's the first command. And I'm not going to hit enter because I don't need this on my computer. All right, so we're going to copy over the utilman.exe now with command prompt, and that will allow us to access command prompt from the Windows 10 login, which will allow us to reset our password. And we're going to copy that over. Just double checking myself. And then we'll execute this command by pressing enter. And when it finishes, what it's going to do is replace utilman with command prompt, which is the program we are now using. So once you've hit enter, I'm not going to hit enter because I don't need to do this on my computer at the moment. But once you have hit enter, it will finish very quickly. It's usually extremely quick. Then shut your computer down, remove your boot disk, and start your computer back up. Once you start your computer back up, you will go back to your Windows 10 login screen. The difference is that now, when we click this delightful button, it will bring up command prompt, which will look exactly like we are just starting it now. Now from command prompt here, we have two more instructions to enter, and they are extremely simple. And I'm not going to actually, again, execute them because I do not want to reset my password. But we're going to use an app that's included in Windows called netuser. And to use it is extremely simple. You just type netuser and then your username, which in the case of our demonstration computer, I believe is just username. It's whatever is right here when you log in. So you're going to type that, username, and then, are you ready? The new password. It is that simple. Username, new password. So just password is a good one to make sure you spell it right. Is a good password to set it to, because then you know all you have to do is enter password when you log in. Then hit enter, boop, and that will finish. Again, it'll be pretty quick. When that is finished, you can click out, you can enter your password login, press password, log in successfully, and you're good to go. Now, once you've done this, I very much recommend replacing what has become command prompt with utilman.exe again. For one, it just restores your system back like it should be. But also, if there's any chance that someone else might use this to log into your computer, you want to make sure they don't have command prompt right here. So to do that, shut down your computer, put your recovery disk back in. When you come to the Windows 10 window, press Shift F10, and then you're just going to copy it in reverse, basically what we did, but very quickly in reverse. Close command prompt. Let me open it back up. Boom. You'll press Shift and F10, and that will bring up command prompt. And from command prompt, you'll just enter the instruction that is just the opposite. So now we're putting utilman.exe from our recovery drive back where it belongs on the system drive. Press enter. That will run, and your computer will be back to perfectly normal. You can, after that's done, you can shut it down, remove your recovery drive, and you can go right back to the way your computer is always run, log in, and continue doing whatever you're doing on your computer. So anyway, I hope that helped. Basically, we just showed you how to reset your password if you have forgotten it and cannot log into Windows 10. Again, all you'll need is a Windows 10 recovery disk and a little bit of knowledge about how to use command prompt / be able to copy paste commands like the ones that we'll include below. Thank you so much for watching this video. As always, please like and subscribe so I can make more of these videos and keep them coming to you for free. I'm also going to add the link to my Facebook and Instagram in the description for those of you who did not come here from my Facebook or Instagram. Thanks again for checking out Classics PC.